Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching We Were Soldiers. What do you know about this movie?
This is Mel Gibson.
Yes.
And it's a war film.
Yes.
That's all I got.
All right, so I have seen this movie before. I've seen it a handful of times, so I don't think there's going to be any surprises or shocks or anything. I think I remember pretty much everything, but I do really enjoy this film. We've had Mel Gibson on the channel quite a few times, at least alone with the Lethal Weapon series.
Yeah, and then early on we watched the Mad Max series.
That's true. So quite a few Mel Gibson movies. I think the most recent thing is Apocalypto.
Oh, yes.
So that's directed by. I would say there's still a handful of Mel Gibson movies that we haven't seen. We have seen Braveheart.
Yes, I feel like that's always a common one. I'm Scottish. If I hadn't seen Braveheart, it'd probably be a problem.
Right, yeah. So, see, we do see movies. We have seen actual movies. So we can't do Braveheart, but this is one that I think is a very solid war film, which is a genre you haven't seen much of prior to the channel.
Yeah.
But since we've started the channel, you've seen quite a few war films.
A lot. We have a whole playlist of all the war films that we've seen, but I feel like I've gotten a ton under my belt just with this channel.
And I think you've enjoyed them for a bunch of different reasons too, because even for war films, there can be a lot of variety in them.
Yes.
So I'm excited for you to check this one out.
Me too. This has been highly recommended to us when asking for Mel Gibson recommendations and just in general. So I'm really excited to check it out.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us on our Twitch, Twitter, or Instagram, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the movie.
Vous voyez quelque chose? Putain d'herbe, putain de chaleur.
Out of their element. Damn.
Oh.
Oh, just a straight ambush.
Severely outnumbered.
Yeah, from everywhere. Right in the back.
Chúng ta có bắt giữ tù binh không?
Giết sạch bọn chúng, để không cho chúng ta đi nữa.
Oh, that shot. What an opening
Yeah,
sequence.
bloody opening.
White House anticipates a buildup and wants a victory over cavemen in black pajamas.
Oh, Madeline Stowe.
Where's she from?
I know her from Revenge.
Oh, yeah. Sam Elliott.
I know a young light colonel named Hal Moore. He volunteered to test experimental parachutes. Sounds like just the guy.
Anything for an experiment.
There's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
How much you know about our new colonel?
Has a master's in international relations from Harvard.
It's not one of those academic pussies, is he?
Let me get one of those.
Lots of books. Oh, man. The screams of the people dying to the cheers of baseball.
The helmets.
I believe you're out.
Jesus.
You're a pilot? Too tall, sir.
I speak to Minute Crandall.
Like that everyone like scrambles.
Right? They're like, oh, fuck, he's here.
Buy a drink?
Sure.
That was easy.
The choppers stop coming. We all get slaughtered. Chopper pilots won't fly into hell for strangers, so I'm Hal Moore.
Oh, no, sir.
They want to fly with you for some reason.
It's because I only recruit the dumb ones, sir. I'm supposed to have a choice in all this.
You sure don't.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
I was gonna say he looked grumpy, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions.
Oh, no, he's grumpy.
Oh, John Hamm.
Whoa, that is John Hamm. I've seen this movie plenty of times. Never noticed John Hamm. I mean, he's literally like, hey, John Hamm.
Welcome to the new cavalry. We will ride into battle, and this will be our horse.
Right on cue.
Yeah, timing's perfect.
The officer is always the first one out of the plane. Now, I hope you gentlemen like training, because me and the sergeant major, we love it. And you're not out.
Shred those targets.
All right, your officer's dead. What do you do? Get off the chopper! Get off of the chopper! We'll be landing under fire, gentlemen. Men will die.
What a lesson.
Yeah, get right into it.
It's not a clean operation.
Ready, set? Name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Like 99% sure one of those kids is Jenny Humphrey
Who's that?
from Gossip Girl. Cindy Lou Who.
Oh, really?
I'll give you something to marvel at.
I think this is why he has so many kids.
I was just thinking that.
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You'll get it one day, guy.
Must be thinking of starting a new unit.
New rifles, too. The M16. I'll stick with my pistol.
You think we're gonna get close enough to the enemy to use that?
Some foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's our advisors in Vietnam. New radio's picking up atmospheric bounce.
Just listen to a bunch of people die.
Take care of your men. Teach them to take care of each other. Because when this starts, each other is all we're gonna have. Well, that's fine. You're my radio operator. No, you'll be fine. You'll work it out.
John Hamm is in this a lot. I can't believe I'd never noticed him. Oh, so that's the guy from American Pie?
Oh!
Yeah, and then there's the guy from Remember the Titans. He's the guy who keeps getting the weather.
Oh. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Everybody, take your boots off. Socks, too.
Oh, damn.
Draw fresh socks from supply. Keep your feet dusted with powder.
Feet are always like the first thing to go.
Check each other's feet like Godbolt and me.
Now, that young man's a leader.
Laundry? Oh, well, the base washing machines don't work. Well, we'll just go to the general.
Oh.
They won't let you wash your colored things in their machine. They have a big sign right in the window says whites only.
Honey, they mean white people only.
That's awful.
What is this, like 1964? Not that long ago.
Oh, I think my water just broke. Oh, okay. We're all calm.
We're all calm.
Heard one of my new lieutenants just became a father. Gave you say congratulations. Tagger already? What's that say?
Oh, Camille, I know God has a plan for me. I just hope it's to help protect orphans, not make any.
What a line and a thought process.
Our Father in heaven, you watch over the young men like Jack Gagan that I lead into battle. Use me as your instrument in this awful hell of war to watch over them. One more thing, dear Lord, about our enemies. Ignore their heathen prayers and help us blow those little bastards straight to hell.
Just to make sure we got that one in.
Yeah, that must be so heavy for him to know. Like, he just had a baby and he's about to leave.
Yeah, and heavy for Colonel Moore to know that he's leading men like that into battle.
Mm-hmm.
Some people try to take the lives of other people. It's my job to go over there and stop them.
But they can't try to take your life away, Daddy.
But I'm not gonna let them.
She's so cute.
Overconfident.
Just doing everything possible to prepare, though.
Yeah, and like be realistic about it.
Men are so young, and when I look at them, I see our boys.
Well, then you're just the man to lead them.
I have today ordered to Vietnam the Air Mobile Division.
Get out your best dresses, ladies. You're gonna want to celebrate.
One final party before war.
I didn't hear the president mention a state of emergency. That means our enlistments won't be extended. And right before the army sends us into the fight, they take away a third of my men.
Damn.
So, all those green guys are who he's gonna be going in with.
Yeah, replace the experienced ones. I'm sure she can read his face.
You're now the commanding officer of the 1st Battalion of the 7th Cavalry.
Same regiment as Custer. Thank you, sir.
Oof.
All the preparation you don't really think about that goes into this.
Yeah, you never come back. Gotta leave things in order. Just another massacre.
He's trying to put on a brave face. She's trying to put on a brave face.
Some men may experience discrimination because of race. All that is gone. And I will leave no one behind. Dead or alive, we will all come home together.
So powerful.
Yeah, it's quite a speech.
imagine that feeling.
Knowing that they're leaving. Just slip out in the middle of the night.
Just everything that's built up to this moment. Like, I have just such a terrible feeling.
Just the tension of them leaving.
How many men do you have battle ready?
395, sir.
What do you estimate the enemy strength?
We appraise our numbers as manageable, Colonel.
You have no idea.
Yeah, what is manageable?
That smell like an ambush to you? Round trip a chopper, 30 minutes. Maybe you ought to get yourself that M16.
Time comes I need one, sir. There'll be plenty of them lying on the ground.
Yeah.
Let's go do what we came here to do.
Yes, sir.
395 men and unknown numbers going into what already smells like a trap.
And there's, what did he say, a 30-minute separation?
Yeah, round trip for helicopters is 30 minutes.
We didn't spend a lot of time in training.
No, more of like the family and the life outside of it. But I mean, we know that some of the experienced ones are already gone.
It was a Sunday, November 14th. Before that day, the soldiers of North Vietnam and those of America never met each other in a major battle.
So the first, really zero expectations.
I've always loved that shot of just them like flowing down.
We still don't know the numbers.
No.
They just covering them, or do they actually see something?
No, they're just shooting.
First platoon, let's move.
So quiet.
It's a scout. Let's take him prisoner. There he goes. Come on.
Just running out there.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something here. I got a boy. He say he deserted.
Ask him where his friends are.
He say this is base camp of whole division. 4,000 men. That mountain.
Oh.
4,000.
Tell all the patrols to hold their position.
Ah, shit.
Ooh.
Cover fire! Get to high ground!
Well, they found him.
400 to 4,000.
Come on! I'll get us out of here! Grab the wounded, we'll make a run!
Jeez. Stand up, you get lit up.
This is Trojan 2, come in, over! Calm down! Understand the situation and communicate clearly!
Ooh. Trying to keep people calm and it's all kicked off.
Harris platoon is cut off and under attack! They're gonna try and flank us!
I'm glad I could die for my country.
Just like that.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
They're right there.
We are cut off. Copy, we are cut off.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting close to 100 more, sir!
They're right on them. Just real aggressive.
There's just so many of them.
They're trying to break right through us. I want you to reinforce Alpha Company there. If you don't find some cover, you're gonna go down. If you go down, we all go down.
Oh. Just a slaughter.
Yeah.
That creek bed is vital. Secure the creek bed!
Shot for shot or whatever.
Yeah.
I want you to keep trying to raise those medevac boys.
Ooh.
You just get so close.
Give me all the air support you can get me on that mountain.
Jeez. These explosions are no joke.
And there's so much coordination between the people on the ground, the helicopters, all the support, artillery. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Snake, get out of here! Bring me the wounded! Wounded! Get the wounded!
Damn, Snake.
Yeah, the medic helicopters couldn't land.
We're in heavy contact! The danger of being overrun! can you hold? We're spread thin, sir, but we'll give him hell!
He's under strength against more men than he can count. He's got a whole platoon lost. They're only cut off and surrounded.
That's pretty lost.
We're getting headquarters! They want you out! It's just you! Saigon wants to debrief you!
He said he wouldn't leave them.
You hang on! I'll see you back there, Ray!
Oh
no! Just hanging on the side. Gone. He said there would be a lot of them on the ground, the guns, if he needed one. There they all are.
Pick your target! One shot, one kill, all right? Roger that, Sarge!
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Please don't take your helmet off.
Our guys are gonna come for us, aren't they?
Yeah.
When?
Just how quickly they're able to get in and out is crazy.
Yeah.
We got to break through to that cutoff platoon! An air cav platoon cutoff out there!
Jeez, they were just waiting.
Hey, you got enough room for one more? If you're crazy enough, get in! Yes, sir. What are those lights down there?
Enemy soldiers! Here we go!
So dark.
Yeah. You just see a river of light and it's all enemies coming towards you.
You and your boys have done a hell of a job today, Snake. It's the last flight for the night, Colonel. When you need us, you call it.
That's it.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, that's it for the entire night.
Did you say he's a reporter?
Yeah.
You got more enemy coming too, sir.
On it right now, sir. You fry them sons of bitches.
These helicopters already beat to hell.
Yeah.
Adrenaline kept him going until his last ride.
Barney, it's pitch black. I can't see anything, but I can smell him. I need illumination. 650150.
Oh my gosh.
If you guys are coming, you gotta let us know.
We can't make it tonight. We'll come get you in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Gotta make it through the night.
And they were right there.
Yeah, the way that it illuminates them to be just like feet away.
Yeah, the lighting on these night shots is crazy.
You get little flashes of what's actually out there.
Don't worry. We gave them more than they gave us today. Keep it up.
They won't get through us, sir. You can count on it.
I know that, Jack.
I need illumination now.
Jeez.
So many.
Kathy?
Someone just delivered news.
A telegram. A cab delivers a telegram.
You even think that it like wouldn't even be someone.
Yeah, just a cab driver.
Oh my god.
Colonel Moore's wife? I need help finding an address.
Do you know what you just did to me?
I don't like this job, ma'am. Just trying to do it.
Such a rough moment for both of them.
I'll take it to her. And tell the cab company if there are any others, just bring them to me.
It's better than the cab driver.
Mm-hmm.
No chaplains or counselors, cab drivers? The army wasn't ready.
Yeah, for the scale of casualties.
I
thought she would hate me.
They all knew this could happen, and so did we.
Oh my god.
Stack of them.
I'll take care of this. I'll go with you.
It's like the
We'll do one at a
neighborhood.
time. We won't look.
Right, there's that urge to like look for a letter that's supposed to be for you too.
Do you think there'll be more telegrams tomorrow? If there are, come and get me.
You so often see the casualties like in the battle and stuff, but you don't always see it, the impact back home.
Why are you here?
Because I knew these dead boys would be here, sir. Two of my great-granddaddies were soldiers. So each of them lost a leg in the Civil War. They met in a shoe store in Galveston. They get together and pick out a brand new pair of shoes for the two of them.
You are shitting me.
Hell,
do you suppose the odds of them having the same shoe size?
It's meant to be, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could stop a war. Just thought maybe I might try and understand one. I just figured I could do that better shooting a camera than I could shooting a rifle.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I think he earned a lot of respect with that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Rất can đảm và táo bạo, biết được kỹ thuật và khả năng của chúng. Pháo binh của chúng bắn áp sát đến gần.
As if they already weren't extremely close. They need to be even closer.
Yeah, I mean, they're sneaking up feet from them.
Just total silence.
Oh.
Jeez. All the injured people still having to shoot and fight.
Jeez.
Brutal. And they're still just stuck out there.
Yeah.
Tôi xin tưởng nhớ các đồng chí trong trận chiến đấu khốc liệt này.
And the morning comes, the daylight, and you can just actually see
everything.
Yeah.
What is this, sir? Nothing's wrong, except there's nothing wrong.
So quiet.
Pass the word on. Every man, fire 3 rounds and anything looks suspicious to him.
There they are.
Oh my god.
We gotta get back to that termite better. Hang here a minute, sir.
Just the numbers are absolutely wild.
Yeah. They're just completely surrounded.
They're inside the artillery. I need reach.
Ooh.
So close.
Damn.
Charlie Company, we get real small in there. Hold up, gonna drop some artillery right on top of us. They brought a main force of EC battalion against us too. That Colonel Brown's truck.
Oh shit.
What is it, Hal?
Dang.
Yeah, how did nobody like see him?
That close.
What's your name, soldier?
Jimmy Nakayama. I got a baby being born today.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Oh, there goes the camera.
I'm a non-combatant, sir.
Ain't no such thing today, boy.
Yeah, they're getting completely overrun.
These tubes are red hot, sir. We can't cool them all because we're all out of water. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Oh, I was like, what's happening?
Just peeing on them.
Do you know how to use that?
I'm sure he had some training. Oh.
Oh.
Just come from everywhere.
They're so camouflaged too.
My pilots do not see the enemy. They should not take out our friendlies.
Yeah, everyone's just mixed together.
Our perimeter is collapsing. Alpha Company and Bravo Company cannot hold. Charlie Company is being overrun.
It's like, this is so far gone. How do you regain control of the situation?
Yeah.
Broken arrow.
This seems like it would be like a last resort.
That means that an American has been overrun, causing every combat aircraft for support.
There's no hiding it now.
Yeah.
Just got the chills.
They need backup and they need it bad.
150.
Jeez. Just a wall of fire.
The accuracy is like mind-blowing.
Bring it in closer in on 315 degrees. Call that son of a bitch off. Call the fort down.
Right there.
Oh my gosh.
You're keeping us alive now. You forget about that one. And you keep them coming in. You're doing well, son.
Holy shit.
It's just a mistake, but it's a mistake that costs lives.
And he's just standing there having to watch it.
And keep going. And they're still under attack.
Oh, God. Jimmy, we gotta get him to the landing zone. Grab his leg.
Ew.
Get him on that chopper, okay?
Yeah, he's just cooked. you think of how critical it is to have someone in the moment to capture stuff like this.
Now that we put them back in our heels and we got us a lull, I want you to attack. Keep walking the artillery forward. Spread it out.
Can't see anything.
No, just using the artillery to create a path for you, but at least they're moving.
Sergeant Savage, you guys still here?
Finally rescued them.
Feels like it's been days and it's what, been less than a day?
I think so.
I want you to take their place. I'll show you where after dark. Follow me. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Just replace them.
Brigade headquarters wants you lifted out on the first chopper at dawn.
I will not leave my men. Is that clear? Out.
There's 2 of my men unaccounted for out there. Let's go ahead and get them. What do you say?
I'm with you, sir.
So many bodies.
Oh, God, Julie, it's yours. No.
I mean, every loss affects him because these are all his men, but there's some that just hit at the wrong time.
He died keeping my promise.
Sir, they're ordering us all out.
The minute he sees live soldiers hopping on a helicopter, he'll be all over us, and then he'll get what he wants.
Requesting permission to rejoin the line, sir.
Carry on, sir.
I was a kid.
Come dawn, they'll hit us with everything they got. Hand out the last of the ammunition.
Yes, sir.
Của những người sắp mất, anh dũng hy sinh trong trận chiến đấu.
Now you see why it's so important that he's just like a student of war.
Fix bayonets.
It's anticipating them being a lot closer. Oh.
Just shredding them.
Phòng ngự đã phá tan tuyến phòng thủ chúng ta rồi. Để bảo, chỉ huy.
Moving out.
Yeah. So many bodies.
Checking the dead enemies for documents. Found this on the guy that tried to bayonet you.
What the hell happened here, Joe?
How do you feel about the loss of your men, sir?
These questions.
I didn't realize that they like actually just brought them out there. Like it seems so out of place for that.
I'm glad you made it, son.
Thank you, sir.
I'll never forgive myself.
For what, sir?
That my men died and I didn't.
Gotta be so much guilt and feeling like, why was I the lucky one to survive?
I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you've got to, Joe. You tell them how my troopers died.
Yes, sir.
All of our men living in dead or off the fields are. Well done, sir, mate.
Last one.
To have a leader like that who first one on, last one off, wouldn't leave even though he kept getting called back, so blatantly disobeying orders to stay with his men.
Thật là một cái thật. Bọn họ tưởng đây là chiến thắng của họ, với kết quả giống nhau trước khi chúng ta đến đó.
Ordered him to lead the men of the 7th Cavalry back into the Valley of Death for 235 more days.
Kids, go to bed.
It's really late. Oh my god. Don't you have a key?
That's a good. I never thought about him not having a key to just come in. But we only saw the start of his war there. So to know that he was there for 200 plus more days, you don't know if he made it or not.
I know. And then you just see the cab pull up.
Some had families waiting. For others, their only family would be the men they bled beside.
The world is a lesser place without him, and even heaven is improved by his presence there. With abiding respect and affection, Hal Moore.
Wow.
Yeah, sent it to her.
In the silence of the night, we will always hear the screams. So this is our story. For we were soldiers once. And young.
$58,000. Like, these aren't just like credits, these are real stories.
Can smile.
All right. That was We Were Soldiers. What'd you think?
That was an excellent film. Very emotional.
Yeah, it's definitely a very emotional movie. You know just a few people in the movie because so much of the movie is fighting and chaos and stuff. It's hard to really narrow down to get close to a lot of characters. But even with that, the movie's incredibly emotional throughout the entire movie pretty much. And it really, I think, has a lot of very impactful moments that are outside of just the battlefield.
Yeah, I completely agree. We do not get a lot of time with a lot of these people, but I mean, this is a huge like kudos to the actors that they can elicit this much emotion in just very small moments with each other. The women back at the base, they can all get together because they're all going through the same thing and they find ways to support each other and to support their families. Specifically for, you know, Julie to have to kind of take on that role with the taxi driver. Like that initial moment of him coming to her door, and that was so like impactful to see that because obviously that's not something that he wanted to have to do. And obviously it freaked her out beyond just seeing him come to the door. So that whole moment of just like her anger and him feeling bad and all of it, it was so difficult to watch. But for her to step up and say like, just give me all of them, bring me all of them. And then for, you know, Barbara to do this alongside of her just so that she's not doing it alone. And they're having to deliver this terrible news when you're sitting there thinking like, my husband could be next.
Yeah, even the small detail where they said that they wouldn't look, you know, just one name at a time, because obviously you'd want to just pull it out and rifle through all of them to be like, oh, thank God, my husband's not in here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's such a tragic and beautiful moment in this movie, this whole just situation that the families back home are going through and showcasing how unprepared for the death toll that we were, you know, I mean, like to the fact where they had just taxi drivers delivering letters to be like, hey, sorry.
Yeah.
The fact that Julie was able to be a little bit more of a calming presence in these terrible moments. Like,
yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Jumping to the very end to the moment with Julie seeing the taxi. She sends her kids to bed because it's like, oh my God, like 200 some odd days later, like it's finally my turn.
Yeah.
And for freaking more to just knock on the door, like walk inside.
Yeah, I've seen this movie plenty of times. I never noticed John Hamm, and I've never put into perspective that he should have just walked in the house and it wouldn't have freaked her the fuck out.
Yeah.
But that's just another thing that you think about. Like these families at home, every single day they're waiting, is today the day that I get tragic news that will forever alter my family's life.
Yeah.
So I like that time that we spent away from the battlefield to show how much it affects everything, really. I always like when you have, you know, showing people back home or showing the other side of the war and stuff and showing their perspective and stuff. And I feel like this movie does a very good job of not holding back and letting us get some insight on how this affects everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well. Like we spent a good amount of time on the opposite side of the Americans.
Right.
Like I say opposite side because we are American. But in the end, seeing that Moore sent that book to that man's wife,
I assume, yeah,
with a letter as well, and how they kind of showed that up against Barbara and sending the letter with the bracelet to Barbara. It really just hits really hard.
It's easy to be like us versus them type of stuff, but it's all humans.
Yeah.
Like these are all people with stories and lives and families. It hurts everyone.
Yeah.
So the leader at the end, who's just like, well, they'll look at this as like a victory, but all we're gonna have before we get to the end of this is a lot more dead bodies.
Yeah.
So it's just tragic all around. And even to, you know, have that moment with Colonel Moore at the end with the memorial and stuff, you just look at the scale. And then especially the credits of this movie, like it takes the time to show, here are the stories, here are the men that passed away. Like this is not just some Hollywood thing, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very emotional movie. So that's why I thought you might not have too many characters that you would connect with, but the overall movie you can kind of connect with.
Yeah, they do such a good job at just giving you just a tiny moment with people. We had Jimmy, for instance. I think that part got me so hard because the very slight introduction that we got to him, the moment that we had Joe meeting Jimmy, you know something terrible is gonna happen. Like, it's such a nice moment between them, and then Jimmy mentions that he's becoming a father that day. Like, you know that something terrible is gonna happen, and they hit you so hard with that. And for, I don't know what the guy's name is, but the guy that was having to do the calls.
Oh, yeah.
That came after a mistake, and him having to sit there and watch this happen like right in front of his eyes. Like, this isn't something that, you know, he's like up on a mountain and they, you know, this is feet.
Right. I mean, he's watching them scream and burn alive.
Yeah, and exactly, this isn't like some just explosion that took everyone out. Like, this is watching people burn in like in the most painful way possible. And for, you know, Colonel Moore to have to be like, hey, like, you're doing great, you got to keep going type of thing, because how do you get past that?
No, I mean, he recognized the situation of how traumatic that was for the person who was responsible for calling out all this artillery.
Yeah.
And even up to that point, you even commented how amazingly accurate everything was. And it really was. Like, that was the only thing keeping them alive. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, that's a tragic mistake, but you have to immediately get over it, because if you can't get over it, we're all going to die. Like, you are essentially our shield right now.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep going. Just immediately put that behind you and keep going. But it's stuff like this where it's even like the reporter at the end, it's just like the whole concept that we were soldiers and young once. He even has a line like, at night we'll still hear the screams. Like, these are moments and situations that will never heal, but in the moment you just have to push through it.
We also had the moment with Colonel Moore and Joe at the end where he feels so guilty for everything that happened and for not being able to protect his men, for it not being him instead of them. I just can't even imagine the amount of like guilt that you're feeling. It's survivor's guilt, essentially.
Yeah, survivor's guilt, and it's the understanding that like these are your men. Like, you are giving the orders, you are telling them where to go, where to be. And if they pass away, you have a feeling of responsibility to that.
Yeah.
It's a situation where he's going in knowing that. Even during the training, he was very blunt in some of his speeches to be like, it's going to get bad and some of you will die.
Yeah.
So it's just, it takes a different breed of person to be able to handle something like this. So I like this movie a lot because I like Colonel Moore a lot. The leadership in being the first one on the field and the last one off, and the absolute refusal to lead his men, the multiple times where he would be right in the thick of it or leading the charge, even to a point where Sam Elliott's character had to grab him early on in the fight and be like, you need to get back. Like, if we lose you, we are all done.
Yeah.
But he's just the type of leader where he's going to be in the thick of it with his men.
Right.
And also the little callback to how much he prioritized education.
Mm-hmm.
He was predicting the counterattacks and the attacks and the counters to the counterattacks, and it's like, if he wasn't a, you know, obsessed student and really gave everything to this, there would have been times where they would have not been prepared to handle the onslaught that they were facing.
Yeah.
So it's just a great depiction of a great leader. I don't know how much the movie strays from truth or anything like that, but for just a dramatic sense, I think it's an incredible movie.
Absolutely. And we watched a lot of war films on this channel, and I feel like this one just hit really hard. But this was an incredible movie. The cast were all incredible, even if some of them were just very small moments. But this was so great.
Yeah, and I mean, the emotional and dramatic aspects of the movie are incredible, but the tension in the fight scenes as well, specifically the platoon or whatever it's called that were kind of surrounded and cornered off and stuff, how many incredibly tense situations you would have with them sneaking up. I mean, you had multiple moments where the first one where they lit with the light in the sky and they were just completely surrounded.
Yeah.
And then the second one where they kind of waited for them to literally be on top of them. The depiction of the fighting and just how chaotic and mixed and close this was. It wasn't, you know, fighting an enemy in some building somewhere in a town or something. Like, this was gritty and dirty and, you know, face to face. So just a good job on just this incredibly tense action that culminates in a very emotional movie. So I'm glad I was able to share it with you, even though it's rough.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got to watch this, and thanks to everyone that recommended it. Yeah, we're just making our way through these war films, and it's rough.
We need a little bit of a pick-me-up after this one. I don't know what we're watching next, but I doubt we're gonna get a little pick-me-up.
Yeah, we'll see.
But this was great to watch it again, and I'm glad you were able to experience it.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us in any other types of social media, all those links in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.